We say Isku, so yeah, that's how we pronounce it. Now we revamped it, so we call it Isku Plus. It is now Swarm compatible. Swarm is our driver system, as you know. The older Isku model was a pre-Swarm product, so now we have that as well. Then we had the Isku FX, which was the RGB version of the Isku, our classic membrane keyboard. Now we have a successor to that as well, which is the Isku Plus Force FX. It has to do something with force, but mechanical force, pressure you're using on the QWEASD key zone, because we integrated a chemical layer beneath it that kind of it measures the change in electrical conductivity, and by that it realizes how hard you're pressing on the key. So like when you're driving GTA, for example, with your car, you don't need a gamepad to have like smooth acceleration, steering, or braking anymore, because with a regular keyboard it's just 1 and 0. It's a toggle. It's one on or off, 100% or 0%. So this is what Isku Force FX changes for first time with a membrane keyboard. Cool about it is that there's no price hike, so we're still looking at $99 US. You can deactivate the function as well if you like to on the driver. You can also actually use it in shooters. Let's say you're playing Battlefield. You could say you have like, if I press just a little, I'm sneaking. If I press a little harder, then I'll be walking, and if I press really hard, I'll be sprinting. Something like that would work. Or leaning around a corner is something you could also do with it. Basically anything you can imagine. You configure all that in the Swarm driver software that comes with the keyboard. Release is end of January, beginning of February. You really have to check it out for yourself to believe it, I guess.
How many different sensitivity settings are there as far as how hard you're pressing the keys?
Technically, there's way more than 200. Realistically, it's limited by how good you are with your fingers when it comes to acceleration and stuff like that. For stuff, if you use it in a sense, like I said before, with walk, run, sprint, then it's free maximum, because realistically nobody is able to integrate even more like dedicated functions into like a push like that. So for steering it's way over 200. For stuff like walking, it's 3. We realized that like the mainstream gamer still likes membrane keys if they're precise enough, which ours are. It's like not every membrane keyboard has to be a bad keyboard. You can still make a membrane keyboard or rubber dome keyboard with a nice touch actuation, with a nice feel to the click, and as long as you manage that, I think we have managed that, because that's why people love Isku, and we didn't change anything about that. Everything still feels great, the same as ever before, so people like it also, not only because of that, but because of its quietness. I say, like my girlfriend always says, get away with those blue switches, you have to use browns, whatever, get dampening rings, stuff you won't have to worry about with a membrane keyboard. And obviously pricing is an issue as well here. If you're looking at a membrane keyboard, we're going well below $100.